Hey everyone, welcome back to Chasing Rainbows. I'm Christina. If we haven't met before, I'm so glad that you're here. Be sure to subscribe right now before you forget. We got lots of great stuff coming up, even right now. Actually, I have a question for you. Do you struggle with anxiety, fears, stress, worries? Are they consuming your thoughts, keeping you from sleeping at night? I think if we're all being honest, a lot of us are struggling with that, especially right now with the corona pandemic going on. So I've got a practical strategy that you can start right now with stuff that you have probably sitting around your house. So there's some easy steps to follow, but make sure you watch all the way to the end so you get the full picture of how this really works. And hopefully it'll work for you as well as it is for me. So all that coming up right now.
Sometimes life's biggest storms give you the most beautiful rainbows. We are chasing rainbows.
All right, so if you're watching this video, you're probably a person similar to me who worries about everything. And it keeps me up at night. And I have a tendency to keep my husband up at night with my worries. So I knew I needed to get it under control. Not only that, I started it to also help me with memory issues I was having. If you've been watching all of my videos from the beginning, you know that I had a concussion. I still am dealing with symptoms of the concussion, like 5 or 6 months later. And memory and cognitive problems were a huge part. So this system helped that too. So if you're struggling with that, then this video will also help you. So here's what you need to get started. You're gonna need 7 to 10 envelopes, index cards, or a notepad. You're also gonna need either a pen or a pencil. And then this is optional, but I did this. So you can get markers, colored pencils, stickers maybe, to decorate your envelopes. So you can get all that, and then if you have a container, some kind of box, if you have nothing, you could just use like a Ziploc bag, something to hold all your supplies. I have mine inside of just a clear zipper pouch so I can see everything inside of it. I don't have to wonder where anything is, but I'm sure you've got something lying around the house. Again, like I said, if you have nothing, you've got to have a Ziploc bag. Stick them in a gallon Ziploc and call it good. It'll work. So get all that, and then we're going to start the process of what to do for this envelope system, we'll call it. So before I explain how to do this, let me first explain why I started it. So I was talking to a friend one day and I was sharing a really heavy worry, something really just weighing me down. It was keeping me up. And I was asking her advice, like, what do? I have got to stop. I need sleep. Like, this is really bothersome. So what do I do? And she made a comment. She was like, well, you can borrow my Bob box. I was like, your Bob box? What is that? She's like, that's what I named my mental storage container, where I just put my worries in and tell myself it's locked and I can't open it, and it stays there. I was like, well, that sounds great. And so I tried it. I was like, okay, I'm going to have this little mental box and I'm going to stick it in there and I'm not going to open it. I'm going to lock it, throw away the key, and just leave it there, at least for the night. That's what I told myself. Well, it didn't work for me. I needed a legit box, someone to like really have padlock after padlock on it, because I not only opened that sucker, it blew up. Guts everywhere. It wasn't pretty. So I knew I needed to come up with a different way. The idea was great, but I needed more of like a physical way to literally hand all my worries over to God, so I didn't have to think about them throughout the day, or especially throughout the night. If you're like me, that is so awful when you're laying awake thinking about things all night long when you need sleep. Yeah, don't do it. So this is so much better to do. And this is going to help you literally live one day at a time, which I have been trying to do my whole life and have always failed at. I still fail from time to time. We're human. But this strategy really works if you implement it. So do it daily. anyways, here's how it works. So you've got your 7 to 10 envelopes. You're going to put each day, one for each day of the week. So 7 of them, obviously. And then the other ones, maybe keep 2 of them blank and then use one that's listed for a specific date. So you could write, open this on blank, and then you can write the day in. Then each night before you go to bed, you're going to take your index cards or your little note cards and you're going to sit probably in a little quiet spot. I go in a separate room, kind of have dim lighting, and just kind of sit there and think through my day. And I write out any worries, anything left on my to-do list that I did not finish, appointments, basically anything I don't want to forget, either for the next day or another day later in the week, or a specific date. So I think you're probably getting the concept here, but stay with me. So you're going to take all of those things, which you've got them all written down, you're going to file them through your days throughout the week. And you want to try to keep it evenly balanced. Don't take all of them and shove them into tomorrow's envelope. Don't put them all in Monday. Try to spread them out throughout the week. So that way it kind of lightens your load and you're not as overwhelmed. I get that sometimes you might not have the option. You might be worrying about things that are coming up tomorrow, and that's fine. If you have to do that and they are things you just can't wait beyond that day, then go ahead and put them into that envelope. But basically, you are literally going to hand these over to God. So after you put them in the envelopes, put all of them, except for the one that is for tomorrow, back in your container or your box or your little zipper pouch. Put them in there. And then the one that's for tomorrow, you're going to set out with all your quiet time stuff. Then once you've got that sitting there, finish up any tasks that you have left for the night. So like if you've got dishes sitting out and it's really going to bother you until they're done, do that. Then end all conversations and social media checks like your email or Instagram, YouTube. Finish all that and then put away all your electronics. Do this so that way you can really focus on clearing your mind. And go back to that quiet space. Listen to worship music or sit in color. Or I personally like to sit with my reborn doll and just sit in my rocking chair and it just relaxes me. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go back and watch my first video. I've had 3 miscarriages, and so I dealt with empty arms syndrome, which is really craving the weight of a baby in your arms. So I have her, I sit and I rock her at nighttime, which just really relieves any anxieties I've got, calms me down, then makes some time for some good self-care. So like I personally like to take a shower at night and then put some lotion on. Do something that makes you feel like you're taking better care of yourself. It could be a bath, whatever you want to do. Then after all that, you should be ready to go to sleep. You should be more tired. You should have cleared your mind at that point and just feel a little lighter. And then don't think about those things. If they pop into your mind, tell yourself, no, it's in the envelope. I'll deal with it tomorrow, or I'll deal with it on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day you scheduled it for. But don't think about it. This is why praying is so important. Anytime it pops into your head, say a prayer and be like, God, take this from me, clear my thought, and just ease my worries. Also, another tip, you can keep some note cards right by your bed. So if you think of anything else that pops into your mind, just write it down there. Set it on top of your phone because you know you're going to see it in the morning. And then you can just take it with you and add it to the envelopes the next day. So you don't even have to get up or file it away. You can just have it sitting there and you know that it's there and you don't have to worry about it. But at least it's not up here, right? And that's the goal, is to empty our brain of all that stress, all the worries, the anxieties, the fears, and literally hand them over to God. Whole purpose. So then when you get up the next day, go ahead and open that envelope and journal. Journal out any of those worries, if they're actually worries. If they're appointments or to-dos, add them to your planner. Separate those things. And that way you can get those things taken care of. And whatever you don't finish or you don't think you're going to get to, put it on a later day. Then you don't have to worry about it. I just encourage you, start this. And you know what? What's the worst that happens? You try it, it doesn't work, you move on. But I have a feeling if you do the whole piece of it, if you write on your note cards at night, put them in the envelopes, and you implement the quiet time. That's the other big piece. You got to do both. And I also encourage you, write out a verse that really speaks to you when you're reading your Bible. Write it on a note card. You can even decorate it or color it. This is the one I did from today, which is Psalm 55:22, which says, "Cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous fall." This is a great reminder. In fact, I stick it in the front. Stick it in the front of my pouch. I've actually got several verses there. But that way you see this before you ever see your worries. So when you open it, that verse should be the first thing that you see. So spend that quiet time, write your verses down, write down all those worries, hand them over to God. And I promise you, you're going to feel so much better, not just at night, but throughout your day. And you can add anytime a worry pops up, write it down. Put it in, and even if you're not by the envelopes to put it in there, maybe make a note in your phone, keep it in your pocket, write it down on a Post-it or something. But start this. I really think it'll not only help you keep you organized, it'll help you just keep all your thoughts, your to-dos, everything all contained in one place, and you don't have to store it up here anymore, which will be such a relief, I'm sure. So I hope it helps you sleep better. I hope it helps you give you more peace throughout the day. And if you're not sure about having a relationship with God, maybe that's new to you, I'm going to link a video up here. Go back and watch this because I talk a lot about God and having a relationship with him. I talk about my struggles. My family and I have gone through 3 miscarriages. We've walked through some really hard things. And like I said, right now I'm going through a concussion. So we try to be honest. We try to share what we're going through and where we're at. And we want to walk through the storms of life with you. It's the whole purpose of this channel. So if you have questions, comments, be sure to leave them down below in the comment section. Also follow me on Instagram, and I'd love to connect with you, and I look forward to chasing more rainbows with you. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. I'll see you next time. Bye. Worrying about forgetting, because I do that so often, which is why you see so many cuts in my edits. But anyways, oh gosh, there goes my mind right now. Oh geez, and it's gone. All right, got. Thanks for watching today's video. Before you leave, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Also, follow me over on Instagram at Chasing Rainbows Channel. That way you can see what I'm up to between videos.